Alright, welcome back everybody to the adventures of the unlucky duelist. As you see, I didn't move on without you again, as I said I would try not to. That's not a promise, that's just an attempt, you know. I would like to make sure I record every time, but it just depends on how quiet I have my house at the time. Sometimes I have quite a few people over. Let's see what we're gonna pick and then we'll get into our discussions. Still one of the best. So, yeah, back to what we were saying. Blizzard as a whole was the idea of mercenaries or followers that can actually do in-game stuff, not just made-up stuff to have extra. I really love that idea. I just came up with it whenever I was talking about it in the last episode. Didn't even come up. Didn't think about it before that. It was kind of on the fly, and I really think that that would be a great idea to work towards on this situation where we could actually have it to where if you don't have a whole lot of time, you can do it. Even if you do have a whole lot of time, you can send your minions out to get resources for doing your professions instead of having to do minute stuff, so you can spend more time focusing on the game itself. And it defeats the purpose of bots. All the people who take advantage of outside sources to play the game, just give those outside sources to players. They can still run extra bots, but really at some point it just gets old, right? It does. There's no reason to have it no more, and it makes it to where we can spend more time doing stuff like dungeons and raids and building our stats up if we're not having to go do mundane things to gather. And some of the stuff that's gathering that's like it's really hard to come by. Literally, the NF. Okay, so here's the other stuff too. Like mention this. I'm sorry, I get off subject really fast, and I know that, but the idea of them doing. Sorry, I'm having to really focus on what I'm doing here right quick. I'm not gonna keep these three like I thought I would. I'm gonna actually get this so that if I play Murlocs, he gets buffed and we can build from there. I don't actually need to save him. Okay. So the idea is too that you can go realm jumping as it is right now. If you are in player, you can realm jump, and that way you can go for somebody that somebody just killed this NPC that's hard to find, and you can go searching for him in other realms. Well, you could do that with the mercenaries. They can do realm jumping the entire time. So even though you can't seem to find silver ore, which has been a problem since Classic, is having to deal with finding silver ore, just as an example, per se. Uh, you can actually get around that problem. Whoa, what is this? New character. Give 3 random friendly minions or different minions and types plus 1. That is new. Oh. We are taking this. That is. I don't look into stuff ahead of time, so I didn't know there was an update. Sorry, guys, that caught me off guard. But the idea is, though, is that it's been an issue in the past, and because other people have been running bots in the past, they just run around and mine it as fast as it spawns in because they have their bot set on a timer, correct? So it's like so many people had to do it out, so it shot up the cost in the auction house. So only a handful of people were making money off of this. And he's like, well, how do you fix this problem if you can't stop the hackers, and you can't stop the modders, and you can't stop people from getting the bots in here? And it's like, you give it to everybody so that it's not special no more. If it's not special no more, they're not really accomplishing anything anymore, are they? So, and that's the idea behind this premise, is the idea that let's go ahead and just give it to everybody. And that way they can't monopolize it and take it away from anybody else, because it's not fair either, right? To the people who they want it but they can't get it because the people who are cheating are getting it already. So we let the people order mercenaries up to, I would say up to 5 would be fair, but I mean however many followers you want to give out, by all means. If you want to do more, please do more. Then do it, so we could send people, hey, specifically go look for silver ore. Okay, well, they're going to go mining silver ore for you. Is your profession experience going to go up? No, but the materials can still make it into your pocket, which is the important thing, especially if you've maxed out your professions already. You don't have to go mining this stuff. Teach your minions, and make it to where you can actually train your minions, so it's like, even if you've maxed yourself out, instead of just building on one thing, aka the weapon, aka the heart, everything that you've put out for that expansion only, Instead of making it just we just sit there and keep building on that one thing forever, let's make it to where we can actually, like, okay, I've built myself up to max. Now let's go ahead and build somebody else up. And it's like, well, who do I build up? It's simple. You build up your followers. So you can get them the equipment. Like, you got another heavy axe. You don't even use axes. So, but you're not running with anybody. Give it to them. Let them build. Or you're using a blacksmith. Well, you're building weapons. You're upgrading the weapons. They're not selling in the auction house. Or else you just got a weapon that was better, but only by a little bit. Well, do you just throw it away or just sell it? Well, why not give it to one of your mercenaries? You know, and that's why I'm saying, like, it gives a whole nother dimension to the game, while at the same time fixing the problem that we were already having, where some people just had to do without. You lose because you don't want to cheat the system, because you want to try to play fair, or because you don't know how to cheat the system or be dirty. You're gonna get punished. But the people who are doing it wrong are always getting their way. They're always getting rewarded, and they're always making it where everybody else gets to do without. I say we fix that problem. And then the people who literally just live to spawn kill things so nobody else can get it. So you're sitting there surfing through dimensions for days where you don't even get to actually play the game no more. Like, you spent so much time surfing through dimensions to try to get this one NPC kill that you don't even remember what you started this hunt for, but let alone are you going to actually get what you're looking for? No, it's already done at this point. I don't know what y'all think. Like, this doesn't make sense. Why am I doing pirates and murlocs? It's because I don't know which build I'm going to go with at the end. So I don't know what's completely available. I love pirates. Don't get me wrong; they're fun, especially the end game. If you can get the 6-star one, murlocs, they beat the game all the time. If somebody has the full combo of murlocs, they're gonna win. It's annoying. Is that a cat? Mr. Bigglesworth? Discover a minion from their warband. Whoa! That is awesome. Oh my god, that is so broken. I love that. So as people die, he's going to collect the corpses. That is so good. That might be my new favorite hero. I say that like every expansion somebody new comes out and I'm like, oh, there's my new favorite. Yeah. But, no, I really like that. I wish I could see that implemented. I would love to see them actually do that, where especially the idea of, like, people like me who I've tried to do dungeons, I've tried to do raids, but because I have to do it on a time schedule that I'm able to work with because of whatever job I'm working at that time, I tend to miss out a lot on some of the stuff that comes out. And it's rough. It makes you not want to play the game no more because you're just like, really, what's the point? Because I'm not really... Let's get rid of this. This is kind of stupid at this point. So we need to have some buffs, and we're not getting them because we're holding out. So we're going to do this. Looks like we're leaning more towards Murloc after all. We'll do this. So, yeah, so to make it so you can actually... And I'm a casual. That's what I'm trying to say here, is that as a casual, this is the department of people that you've been losing this whole time, is the fan base behind us. Where we don't want to have to sit here and be so stressed out that we're having a heart attack because we can't beat a raid. Or because we can't do it in a certain time limit. We have to worry about being thrown out. And I have to investigate the absolute perfect specs and build for my in particular class. Instead of letting me have the creative freedom to do whatever I want with it, you open up a talent tree of 100 talent options. But I'm only allowed to use 10 of them. Because if I skip on one talent, I am not up to par, and I'm kicked from every action. I'm not allowed to run with anybody else no more because I use creative freedom and try to look into more stuff that you have and see exactly all the little arts that you've put in here, all the details, all the extra work. Somebody thought up that ability, and that ability never gets used. And to me, that's a waste. There's so much potential in this entire game to have all types of stuff. But there are people out there who've already investigated it. They've already beta tested it. They've already looked it up. They've crunched the numbers. They used the computers, and that's it. Like, it's all written in stone. If I run a Death Knight, it has to be a specific Death Knight. He has to have the specific abilities, and if he does not, then I'm not running him to the capabilities that he needs to be. So I have to do it out. And I don't feel like that's what the game was supposed to be when it first came out, but that's what we are rewarding, is the mindset of, oh, well, you have to fall in line. And that's just, it's not supposed to be a matter of falling in line. It's supposed to be, this is what I'm capable of. What can you do? And every time, I used to love it whenever you had a huge talent tree and you could flop between all three specs of the trees. So you're building your character up and you're trying to decide how much of this spec do you want? How much of this spec do you want? And you have to collect so many of the specs to get to the final spec. Or I think you could only do 2 talents at the time, actually. It was only 2 trees you could do. But to get to the final one, you had to put so much into one spec that it was your main spec, and then your secondary spec, you only got halfway. I actually liked that. I liked it whenever there were so many spells and abilities that you could literally fill up 3 action bars with these things. And that's how you had to play. You had to pick and choose what spells and abilities you were going to use. I like that. I don't want to have a 5-button combo thing. I don't want to have it streamlined to where every single fight I go into, I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. And that's my entire game. That is my entire weekend. And that is not fun at that point. I understand other YouTubers are saying, no, that's fun. And that's not fun. That is boring. That is rinse and repeat. That is work. And I'm not paying for a game that I feel like is a job. I want to pay for a game that is fun. I bought it to have fun. So I'm just saying, like, to work on this problem, instead of always going to the same people who seem to be losing you money, how about you listen to a different fan base for a change, like me, like the people who hang with me, and make something so that we can come in here after we've worked. We pull up. If you drink beer, do it. If you smoke, whatever you smoke, you do that. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm very clean on all edges. I just want to relax, get on my computer, and play. If I want to get stressed out, there's plenty of first-person shooters. Right now, I got Hearthstone, but honestly, I'm running a series called The Unlucky Adventurer because I lose all the time. And I lose in ways that are just annoying. Part of the reason why I've even started this is so I can have eyewitnesses to how badly I lose in random situations where I have the strongest minions on the board, but because I attacked in the absolute worst order 3 games in a row, or everybody I run into for 5 games gets to attack first, and because I didn't get to attack first, I lose everything. Or I tried to run a cannon and the cannon got hit every single round. Like, that's just, like, on the first turn. Like, that's what I've been running into. So I recorded it because at this point, it's almost entertaining to see how I'm going to lose. And I felt other people would get that feeling too. It's like they're looking at this stuff. It's like, at this point, it's like watching Steve Urkel back in the day. You know, it's like you watched it just to see what kind of nonsense he's going to get into and how bad is he going to get messed up and how's he going to get out of it. That's what my adventures are going to be. Y'all are going to sit here and watch the train wreck. Hard to not watch a train wreck. So, and to fix World of Warcraft so that I'm paying a monthly subscription again, and I'm sure it will fix it to where other people will do the same. I just suggest that it's like we work towards the idea of, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So we go ahead and work towards the idea of, like, we need to fix the problem, and to fix the problem, I honestly think it would help in this situation to do that. To actually, I don't want to do that. No, we'll wait a turn and we'll do that. But to actually, like, add in the extras, the minions. What did I call them? Mercenaries, basically, our followers. Add them in to where they can do our missions with us and do dungeons with us, especially. I want to be able to hire them and run dungeons and raids and even run around in the open world. You had it a little bit like that, where you could actually take some people around with you on some missions, and then you had them where you could summon them to do attacks as a special ability in some places. And I would just like to see them running with me as a whole. Even if it was going to be PvP, I got NPCs, so it kind of holds some players off from attacking other players. If you want to have a tougher game, don't hire none of your followers to come with you. You don't have to. It's only going to cost because you're going to have to pay for their equipment anyways to be repaired. You know, and I think that that's how it should be. I think there should be a cost for using them. But then at the same time, you know, if you're having a hard time and you don't have any friends and you don't want to have, or it's 3 in the morning, you're up when you're not supposed to be, but you want to play World of Warcraft, you always have friends. You always have somebody that can be there, and it can be your best team every time if need be. Would playing with other players be better? Yeah, because they're not having to take the hand-me-down equipment. And they're not, and they're obviously able to think for themselves. They're not going to run like an NPC would. But that doesn't mean that they have to absolutely suck either. They should be capable of handling anything and picking up your slack and covering the sources that they needed to cover. Just moving here. I want to see what else we can pick up. Whoa, what is this? Give 3 random friendly minions of different type. Is this like the upgraded version of the other one? Like, what? Let's sell out a little bit. We're gonna sell you too. Buff? I'm not buffing him. Yeah, y'all can just expect that now. That's not happening. Play this guy. Yeah, we're gonna end out on him. I'm not freezing it just for that. We're gonna put this right here and boom. Alright. So, aside from that, again, I was saying it before, I think 2 episodes ago, where I said that things that you've taken out of the game, cosmetically, I mean, they might have used to work good, but we gotta face the facts. Those wings that were in Pandaria were awesome. And they looked good. I don't know if they had any stats or abilities that actually made them good, but I'm pretty sure anybody that didn't get them could honestly say they would love to be able to polymorph that stuff into what they are wearing and cover it up. And I know I would. I'd be wearing wings everywhere I go. And you should put it in the in-game store so that you can make a profit off of it. None of the people who have it originally, I've never seen anybody walking around with them anymore. So it's not like they should have any right to complain about the fact that other people have started using them. That they picked them up by buying them in the in-game store. And honestly, they wouldn't even be able to know who bought them and who had them already. Because let's face the facts, there's no way to prove that it was bought in the in-game store and not just like earned it the right way. So that's not really an excuse in this matter at this point. It's just a matter of you think that it's wrong, and honestly, why? Why would it be messed up for anybody else to be able to accomplish this? So the people who wasn't able to play at that time or are new coming into it and they see it, they don't just have to look at it and be like, well, I just missed my opportunity. What's the point? It's the same problem with your drop rate right now. Is that people like me who are just like, well, the main reason why I want to play this game is I want to collect stuff. And I want to be able to like look cool, and I want to be able to live in a fantasy universe and be able to see what kind of stuff I can come up with. And have a creative freedom to do what I want to do. And that's not being allowed whenever you're sitting here making it to where, like, oh, well, you wasn't here at this time, so you miss out. That's not really the best way to go about something like that, in my eyes. In my personal opinion. I mean, other people don't agree. I know I've heard other YouTubers who feel like, oh, well, things should be harder to get. I don't think so. I feel like if everybody comes in here and they always see what they didn't get, so for the people who couldn't obtain anything out of any of these special events, they just get to see other people who are playing the game all the time. But I'm working 40 plus hours a week. I don't get to have anything. Why do I pay you the same as them? And then when they really delve into it, they find out they're not even paying the same. They're actually paying less. It discourages you. It discouraged me. I know it discourages other people. I've had friends that I've tried to talk into playing. They get the subscription for about 2 months, and then they're just like, I can't get anything. Like, I tried to get this, but the drop rate is impossible. Or I look it up, and it's not even actually in there no more. It's gone. Like, they canceled it 2 years ago. I don't know what to say to them at this point. Phoenixes that were back in Pandaria, those are gone. Like, a lot of stuff from Pandaria that was actually liked is gone. You can't even get it no more. And the other things that you're wanting, you don't know if it's there because y'all keep taking everything out of it. And it's like, yeah, that works out for the people who are hot and heavy in the game for this expansion and for this year. But then you got the people that they're not coming back. They move on to other games, and they work out perfectly for them, but it doesn't work out for the people who are still trying to be here. It looks like our chat's about it. But I seriously, I would love to know if I'm getting hurt at all by Blizzard. Please comment or send me a message so I can know. Other people, let me know what you think. All my fans out there, or people who hate me and are just listening to me because I make you sick. By all means, let me know that too. Makes it fun. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell the truth. And I might not win, but I'm gonna make somebody mad. So let's make that happen. Uh, but yeah, I do. I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear if it's getting rejected. I want to hear if it's getting mulled over. I want to hear if you're even hearing me. Because if not, I need to scream louder. And let's try to let me know if there's anything I can do to like explain it better or whatever. And if anybody else is in agreement, by all means share my videos. Let other people bring other people in here so we can get blown up so that we can get as many views as those famous YouTubers who get to see it so that Blizzard will have to take notice and see these videos. So, and in the meantime, this is how far we got this time. Third place, not bad. I didn't expect to even get that high, honestly. But we'll see what happens next time. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next time. Peace.